I'm going to go get a beer. Somebody think of something stupid.
J-Dubs?
Start the timer.
Start the timer.
Oh, man. I really should have hit the intro. That would have been a good intro. Oh, well. I don't know. Today, we're all a little wounded today, so.
Yeah, it'll be I want to bring it up very first.
Yeah, start the podcast so we can bitch about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
And we're back.
Good morning.
Another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
Good morning, my neighbor!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
Ready Set Radio Show.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway.
Good morning and welcome to the Ready Set Radio Morning Show. I am Floaty. With me, as always, is the beard. And over there in the booth, switching camera angles so much and so fast you think he's trying to avoid sniper fire. It's the Dubs. J-Dubs, ladies and gentlemen. Give him some applause.
Yay.
All right, that's enough.
Thank you.
So, how was your day?
About the same as yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we had quite a few things planned. We were gonna I was gonna say double team, but then all of a sudden I felt like it was wrong. It was the wrong terminology.
We were dividing and conquering.
Yes, that's what we were doing. But somehow or another, all of everything for today turned to absolute shit. So we're completely unprepared, and we're just gonna kind of let our professionalism show through in that.
So not only was there a guest scheduled today, I was not supposed to be here. I was supposed to be on location somewhere gathering some footage with he who shall not be named, Burnham. And that
Shots fired!
that's all about time and communication. He's busy, I'm busy. I'm assuming that's what happened. But whatever. We'll figure it out. Our guests, we're not sure what happened. We'll talk to them at some point maybe. So as the semi-professionals that we are,
As much as we try.
the show must limp on.
In that vein, first of all, like, share, and subscribe. Do that now.
Yes,
Yeah.
Please. And thank you.
Please don't try to click directly on this graphic.
And before we get to anything substance-wise as far as the show goes, I also want to point out that I'm getting over a little something, so if you hear me hacking up over here, please just disregard it.
Yep.
I apologize.
He's a couple days behind me. I still got some congestion, but I don't sound as horrible as he does.
Yeah, it's
But it sounds okay.
I feel fine other than the chest congestion, and it sounds real bad, but it's just,
Well,
it's chest
I'm glad
congestion.
I'm on the other side of the room now.
yeah, it's also because he didn't come to the party. He's like, I don't like these people. I don't want to hang out with them
Yeah.
socially.
I don't care whose birthday it is.
I don't know why he wasn't there. I'm just kidding.
Julie, I'm sorry.
But
you're a parent.
no.
You know how it is.
Dude, you're lucky because everybody at the party got sick.
Yeah.
So everybody came to the party. Thank you for coming. It was a great time. And sorry that you got sick.
Yeah. Yeah, total bummer, man. Funny enough, since we're on the subject, I just want to go ahead and point out that during that sickness, I came across the worst experience of parenting I've had yet, and it was like low grade fever. I'm sweaty, but I'm cold, and with all the rest of the snot and nastiness and everything else that came with it. And then going through that and having to wipe pasty shit out of a butt. And like, it was just, oh man. I was like, this is peak bottom right here, dude.
Sitting
I'm
there
done.
breathing through your mouth.
Yeah. If I could breathe, dude.
Dude, that's not good.
It sucked, man. It was a terrible
I
deal.
hope it never gets worse.
Oh, me too. If that's the worst.
So much worse.
If that's as bad as it gets, dude, I'd be a lucky man. But I don't anticipate it staying at that spot. You know what I mean? It's gonna get worse. I know it. But all in all, it's par for the course, I suppose. But I'm still having a good time overall.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun sickness. And definitely not. I'm glad to be on the mend.
Yeah.
What did the text say?
What did the text say?
Yeah. What did the text say?
What do
Did you read me earlier?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to say that out loud on this podcast.
They've heard worse.
Yeah.
edited for your pleasure.
Yeah, it's just a little too personal. I don't want to I don't want to do that.
Hey, it happens to all of us. We're all human. The wording was funny though. The wording was spot on. There was like zero fat on that joke.
Yeah, thank you for that. I do appreciate that because that's what I was going for, and I just don't know that I want to say that out here.
You're welcome, listening audience.
Yes. Anyway. Not that we have anything prepared, but I'd like to move on.
Yeah, we really don't have anything prepared. Dubs, you got any current topics we can talk about?
We were talking about a couple. You wrote some down.
Oh, you wrote some down?
Everything I wrote down was for our guest.
For the guest? Oh.
No, the one thing about...
Hey, ask me a question you were going to ask the guest. I don't know these questions. Ask me.
All right, hang on.
Ask me a question that you were going to ask the guest, and I'll respond in my own way.
Oh, cool. Because the first question that I wrote down when I found out that we were going to have this guest was, why start in a business that sucks so hard?
Oh, because I didn't know any better.
Right?
Nobody told me better. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
That's a simple answer, but yeah. Like if someone had told me at 17, give up now or regret it forever. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not about giving up if you never start, okay? Like
Exactly.
just don't start.
There is
man.
a big difference.
For real.
That's how I'm undefeated in like tennis and hockey.
Yeah.
I've just
and
never done it.
yeah, and it's nothing but pain and heartache from there on out.
No, we remember we were talking earlier about the new thing with the new concert experience is you pay to be a roadie for the day.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that.
Gene Simmons.
Isn't JoJo Siwa doing it?
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, JoJo Siwa.
And did you see the number they got to pay?
I
Fucking
didn't see the number.
outrageous, dude.
Any number is outrageous.
$25,000 to be Gene Simmons' roadie for a day.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
work your ass off for Gene Simmons, you pay him $25,000.
Yeah, let me.
No wonder nobody bought tickets to his tour. You heard it here, dude. You heard it here first, dude. Fuck
Wait,
Gene
JoJo
Simmons.
Siwa is $900.
$900, and you get. This is what I didn't understand. There's a part in there that says, not only do you help with the roadieing, and you help with the drum. Singular.
Here, carry this drum around, kid.
Was you help with the set array, like picking the songs, and that got me thinking.
That's
I'm like,
kind of cool.
Well, how? Well, think about the logistics behind that. So, a fan is going to randomly pick a bunch of songs that the light guy, the smoke guy, everyone's got to readjust it. Like, how much sense does that make?
Not a lot, but that's probably why it cost $900. The sound guy was like, I'll do it, but that's $200 more a night. Light guy was like, I'll do it, but that's $300 more a night.
Something like that, yeah.
And on top of that, like with the loading in and stuff, especially in the Gene Simmons case, think of the like security or the insurance, the liability.
That's the thing is like this.
What if you got someone helping that doesn't have have clue what they're doing?
Yeah,
Dude, yeah,
you're just
you're just a stagehand, man. You're not somebody who's actually making any decisions.
Right.
Like but still, to pay somebody to do that work for them is ridiculous, dude.
And
oh
you know
my
what's
God,
worse than that?
I can't even
you know what's
believe
worse
that's a
that
thing.
I didn't even think about till right now is like the actual local crews, the local unions.
Yeah, dude.
They don't want that person there. They're not gonna at all. They're not gonna be having a pleasant time when it comes to like the local crews. Maybe with like the band's crew because they're told they have to be nice or something, man. But like Bob down in Greensboro Coliseum doesn't give a damn. If you're a risk to my insurance, you're not doing nothing.
Exactly.
Like, here, see that drum? Go put the drum on the green X. Go find the green X. Put that drum on the green X. There is no green X. Just go find it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to do anything that could get you hurt, and they're going to be pissed about it.
Well,
maybe.
So what happens
I don't know.
if that person is taking the drum to the green X and all of a sudden part
Right.
of the riser caves in and they fall through and break both their legs?
See, like, if that thing was like be roadie for a day for Gene Simmons, meaning setting up his green room and like going to the store with the local reps to go pick up his food, like all that stuff, maybe. But like hanging speakers and stuff and being around that rigging, there's liability reasons, right? Like, or am I wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, Tank the Tech had a cool take on all this. This is where I originally saw it. He was doing an episode. Maybe we can plug a little of that right here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not easy work, like actual road crew tech work.
And when you're talking about a Gene Simmons level show, those riggers are real deal riggers, dude. There's licenses involved for that kind of thing.
There's no messing around in those.
And there's
jobs.
There's real deal safety precautions that you have to take to do these kinds of jobs.
And they're all
you can't-
badasses.
And you can't
All of
just
them.
have anybody running up in there doing it. You're gonna end up having a bad time.
Yeah.
you
So
know.
I mean, I'm sure they've got some kind of pre-planned, scripted thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is how we tape down cables, and hi, this is where the light board is, and now you can help the lighting director design the end of this song, and like they probably have some kind of just experience like a Disney thing.
Yeah.
They're not actually in there rigging.
Yeah, we'll
probably.
let you stand behind J-Dubs and push a button or two, you know, like that kind of thing.
Hey, could we? So if you guys want to come on to the Ready Set Radio Show and be a guest producer, just send us $9,999, and you can come over and push 3 buttons.
I'm sorry, Floaty, you got the decimal in the wrong place. It's just $999.
Oh, you got it wrong too. It's $9. Send us
It's 99 cents.
send us $1.
Bring
and
me
you
a
can come
big
on the show.
Bring me a Junior Mac.
Just bring us all a small Frosty when you get here, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Come be on the show.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I think charging any kind of money to do actual crew work would be a travesty. If it's a really expensive, all things inclusive experience of just hanging out backstage and seeing what everything is,
Yeah.
cool. That's
just a backstage pass,
Right.
dude. That's a VIP
Absolutely.
pass.
Well, all right. So
But like
I
to
pulled
be a
up-
roadie for a day, that was
A lot of
in
times, though,
writing.
with the VIP stuff, like you're not getting to hang out with the crew. You're not getting to
that's-
see gear and all that stuff.
Right. Well, that's actually.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just pulled it up, and you do get to meet. You get to meet him and meet the band. And
You
then
got,
get to help.
wait. You got to meet Gene Simmons?
Yes.
Oh, count me out.
Yeah, you meet him and. Oh, y'all. All right. So it's all in the same hotel. You get the same hotel. You'll be helping with the crew the entire day. You get a crew member shirt and hat.
Cool.
You get a crew member VIP lanyard. You have a meal. You eat. I guess you eat dinner with Gene Simmons. I'm sure he's across the room.
See, that's not the crew experience. You got to go to catering.
Yeah, you arrive with the band. You help set up. You hang out backstage. You sit in on the sound check. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's kind of cool. Like, Gene Simmons brings you out on stage during the.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah.
See, like there are things that could be included in that experience that they could do that's crew stuff that isn't dangerous, that isn't gonna mess something up or ruin the night, like coiling cables, running stuff. Like,
Bro,
that sounds like a good deal.
and you get to bring a guest. They get
two people.
2 laborers.
BOGO, dude. It's BOGO.
Look,
That's
hey,
better
look,
than
they
free.
are-
Get paid for one, get a second one for. Actually, that's kind of a worse deal. You're not getting paid twice.
So you can go and just but at the same time you're getting double the help.
Or double the headache and double the pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It sounds to me
Double the liability.
It sounds to me like a fancy meet and greet, not an actual doing anything heavy or dangerous at all. The stage and the speakers are all probably all be done and set before they even set foot in there.
Yeah, and then
thing
dinner
on
and
the
getting on
list.
stage and all that. Like that's okay.
The last thing on the list is you get a Kiss rehearsal used sign bass by Gene Simmons.
He used this bass at a rehearsal. It's like 6 people. There's 2 people, right? So they do a little rehearsal and he plays 2 basses, 2 little $99 Gene Simmons basses.
That's
signs, and there you
literally what
go.
I was thinking. Yeah.
You may bring 4 items for Gene to sign. No instruments, parts, etc. Whatever etc. is.
Yeah. No pick
No
guards.
pick guards
no,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. No cases. Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. Now I know the JoJo. What
Jojo Siwa.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's something similar to that, but it's only 900. Yeah, he was right. This cost.
Do you happen to know which one of those came out first? Was it Gene Simmons?
Oh, I'm really willing to bet it's Gene
Gene,
Simmons.
yeah, Gene did it first.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to. I want to know if it's the same production company.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It just sounds to me like a giant money grab, dude.
It is.
You know, like holy
Well,
cow, dude.
it's Gene Simmons. Like, that's all he is.
Yeah.
Offense.
I'm at the setup. Dude, they've got Marshall stacks. Like, it's total
Nice.
outdated. I mean, it's nice.
Dude, if I was into Gene Simmons and all of his music, that'd be a cool experience. Still out of my price range, but that's a cool experience.
Let's see if I can
I could think of some artists I'd like to hang out with, like Paul McCartney. I'd like to hang out all day with him and his crew, but not for $25,000.
Yeah, no, dude.
Not even for $900.
Would you think
Maybe like
you would-
6 or 7.
Do you think you would have that much? Like, if literally we had him in the room, you think you could find that much to talk to them about?
Paul McCartney?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Do you think? Really?
Not Gene Simmons, hell no, but Paul McCartney, yeah.
He's a big Paul McCartney
Dude, I've
fan,
talked
though.
about Paul McCartney for 3 or 4 hours. Yeah,
I would love to see you like to just like be a fly on the wall and watch you like do one of those Jim Carrey things where you just and
just
then
splurt.
spout off a whole bunch of Paul McCartney's shit to Paul McCartney's face on one breath for like 3 minutes straight, and you just don't stop, and it's Paul McCartney this and Paul McCartney that and Paul McCartney this, and he's just like, all right, man. It's
yeah,
good.
Paul McCartney, I definitely wouldn't be like the fan that's like, hey man, this was cool and that was cool. I want to be like, hey man, I'm into wrestling. Are you? No, cool. I'm into, what are you into? Like, what do you do?
What
that's
else?
not-
Yeah, what else is there
The
to
things
Paul
that no
McCartney
one-
other than music?
Yeah, what and let's go do that. You want to? You like putt
Yeah.
putt? Let's go play putt putt.
Bowling? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to meet Paul McCartney. He's definitely one of those that I'd be willing to pay significant amount of money to meet.
And yeah, and I would get that because he doesn't strike me as the type that you would have to worry about like you never want to meet your heroes kind of hero. You know what I mean? Like he would at
Everyone
least
says he's
be
awesome.
gracious about it.
Yeah.
But speaking of people that aren't gracious about it, and being a stagehand, and this story kind of just brings it all together in one story. But and funny enough, it involves. Never mind. But I went one time. I worked as I think it was when I was doing my tattoo apprenticeship. I worked as a stagehand at a few shows. And one of them was a Third Eye Blind show.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to meet his name escapes me, but the singer for Third Eye Blind.
Isn't it Steven?
I can't even remember
his
right
name.
now. But he was kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not. I know nothing about the context or circumstance. He might have just been having a bad day. I don't know what it was, but like I saw him like scream down a few people, and he was an ass, man.
Yeah, man, there are some a-holes in.
So like that's not one that I would have been like, oh man, I'd really like to meet that guy, and then find out to be he's a dick and doesn't want anything to do with me or my fandom. So
not my heroes or nothing by any stretch of the imagination, but like we played with a lot of bands that are famous people, and most of them are very, very cool.
Most of them, yeah.
But like, just because I don't, should I say her? Should I talk about her? But yeah, so like, almost everybody I've met that could be called somebody has been awesome, man. But then like, there's other people like Maria Brink.
Yeah.
That all I got was a scoff.
Yeah.
A scoff.
How dare you even talk to me?
Yeah.
You peasant.
Yeah, I'm backstage packing up, opening up for her band, and
it wasn't like we were just. It wasn't like it was one time,
Right.
and
like 5 times.
And yeah, dude, it was ridiculous, man.
And
Like
everybody else in that band,
you should
like
know my
Chris.
first name by now.
Everybody
bitch.
else
Like,
in that
dang.
band, and like Chris, not only remembered us, but remembered our names and was like really
Yeah.
cool with us every time we saw him. But that first time, she comes walking backstage, it ends up being just me, just her, and she was dating the dude from Motorgrader,
something like that.
Bad
Bad motor finger.
Masturbator. And like I stopped packing up
There was
my
like
gear.
3 good ones in there, dude.
I stopped packing up my gear just to like stand up, acknowledge their presence because they walked in the room and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, I'm a fan. Have a good show tonight." And she literally went. I was like, "Okay, then I'm gonna pack my stuff up and get out of here."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was very rude.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's like that all the time, but that was my experience. And you only get one chance to make a first impression. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's been my opinion ever. I've still open for her a couple more times because money.
Yeah.
Be like that.
Yeah.
Money.
Now we're gonna get a letter from whatever label she's on.
Go ahead, send us a letter.
Hey,
Yeah. Dare you.
I didn't make anything up.
Means you're watching.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that she is anything mean, but in my experience, that was just.
Yeah.
It was rude.
So I think I might have found the name for this episode, dude. It's going to be Talking Shit.
What time is it? See, when we sit down after the whole day's plans fall to crap, that's all you get from us is just bitching.
Yeah, dude. We just go. Yeah.
So good morning.
We're
I
gonna
hope you
sit
guys
here
are having
and
a
talk our shit,
good
dude.
ride in if you're driving in the AM to work. Please
Yeah.
be safe.
Yeah.
Look down. You're probably going a little faster.
Watch out! Look out up ahead. There's a car changing lanes.
I knew it. I knew he was going to do that. I knew it.
Y'all stay safe out there. Hey, is it time for us to peddle some wares?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Check out this product.
Oh, yeah. Big Daddy Mike's smooth and creamy smack and cheese. It'll make you smack the Swiss out your mama.
Big Daddy Mike's Smack and Cheese, original and booyah bacon variety.
Now get your ass up and go get some.
And we're back.
Hey,
I don't even know.
You guys ever been terrified on a roller coaster?
I actually think it started with J-Dubs came up with a really good circumstance for our segment about the perfect song for...
Our music game.
Yeah. What was your circumstance?
You want to do it now? Let's go.
Well, yeah. What else are we going to do, dude? We're totally unprepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared. Let's go.
I mean, but we're, everything's cooking right now. We're good. The circumstance was you're on a roller coaster in the middle of the roller coaster, and the equipment fails.
Yeah, that happened to me.
What song starts playing?
Wait a minute.
Wait, here in the background.
Yeah, that-
Wait a minute, J-Dubs. Wait a minute, J-Dubs. Wait a minute.
that-
Wait a minute. That happened to you?
That legit happened to me on breaking news. Breaking news, Floaty's lap restraint came undone on the incline, the first incline.
Oh, God damn it.
Am I good?
J-Dubs strikes again.
Hey, hand check. Let me see your hands. So, my lap restraint came undone on the first incline hill on Thunder Road when I was like 19 or 20. I was
Wait, the forward one or the backward one?
Backwards.
The
You
backward?
can put your hands down now.
Oh, my... Dude.
Yeah, I was
dude.
going backwards, and the on that first hill, it was like ching, 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 kunk. What? And I pull it down, and it goes back up, and I pull it down, and it goes back up, so I just hold it for the whole ride, and it was awesome. It was a
I bet
adrenaline
that
rush.
was, yeah. I bet that was the best roller coaster
That's why
of
I
your
ride
life.
roller coasters, because it gives you that rush.
That's funny, dude, because I didn't have any equipment fail, but I rode the one at Carowinds that they just shut down for having a major crack in one of like the structural support beams, and like it was about like it could have fallen over, dude, and they had to shut it down and tear it down and everything. It's gone. But I rode that one I don't know how long it was. It was a while before, but like when I found out about it, it felt like that in my head.
I had similar experience.
It's like,
to
oh my
that.
God, I was on that thing not that long ago.
When
It could have fallen over.
when I first went to college, freshman and sophomore year, you had to learn how to weld. So like, I had to take welding classes and all that stuff, and that was just a bad idea because then I went to Carowinds just after that, and I'm standing in line at these rides, looking at these welds, going, "That's not how the instructors instructed us how to lay down dimes." And those don't look like good welds, but I'm sure they're fine. They're professionals. But one time, I think it was Busch Gardens.
Excuse me.
That had this is the 90s. Busch Gardens had a ride, I think it was called Drakenfire. And it was a popular one. It was on all the commercials. And we got there and we got to the ride and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this one. And then so my sister went on, I think with our cousin maybe. And the ride right before they got on, the ride broke down mid-ride and they had to send everybody out back through the entrance. And they didn't even get to ride it. That was a cool park. They had a roller coaster. I think it was called the Big Bad Wolf, where I think you hung underneath the track.
Like the Top Gun one?
Yep.
Yeah.
But like it flew through scenery, more like a Disney World type thing. So it's a town with villages, things on fire, a big bad wolf chasing pigs or something. I don't know. And I can't remember what amusement park it was. It might have been Dollywood, but there was a roller coaster ride. There was 2 roller coaster rides that were inside. And one, they gave you prism glasses before you got on. And the entire ride is in pitch black darkness inside of a building and with a laser light show going on. So you're riding this crazy roller coaster while wearing prism glasses with all these lasers going off. The other one, I remember it was called Inferno. And you're inside also, but you're inside of a burning house and you're trying to get out. And you'll be like going along this way, and then all of a sudden, like the floor gives out, and like the track just goes, and you go onto another track down below it, and everything's on fire, and it's crazy.
What?
Yeah, roller coasters are awesome.
Crazy.
So, the perfect song for noticing that you have no restraint for a roller coaster. At the time when it happened, "Free Fallin'" by Tom Petty kind of popped in my head. So that's got to be a good one.
That's funny. I have to mention it now because J-Dubs brought it up, but Danger Zone.
Danger
I have to. I haven't been able to think of another song since, except for the very first intro music to Star Wars. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about that Sugar Ray song, I Just Want to Fly?
Hey, that's not too bad.
Depends on the roller coaster, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Mine.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I have two.
There was the Steve Miller Band flying one too. Fly Like an Eagle.
Fly Like an Eagle.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit's Break Stuff.
That's kind of
The other one is Black Fly.
Black Fly.
I don't know that one.
The
name?
Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that the name of it?
I don't know.
There's a Black Fly in Chardonnay.
Ironic.
Ironic, yeah. Don't you think? There
Black
you go.
Fly. I was like, I don't know that band.
That's what I was thinking, dude.
Sorry, a different Black Fly.
It's all right. Isn't it ironic? I think in that moment, time kind of slows down for a second. Slow motion, like, what do you do?
Yeah. I honestly, it would, like, to really pick the best song, I think it depends on what the name of the roller coaster is, dude. To be honest, because, like, one of the biggest roller coasters I've ever ridden was the Millennium Force at Cedar Point in, I'm drawing a blank. What state was it
Is
in?
it in Michigan?
Start a timer.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But that was what made the Star Wars theme pop into my head. And then the other one was Fury 325 at Carowinds, and that's the one they just shut down for the big crack. And but like, I feel like the name of because like if you're riding the old Top Gun roller coaster from Carowinds,
Right.
then obviously it's going to be Danger Zone, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like,
I think I talked about this on our previous version of the show, but also the hurler at
dude, yeah.
at Carowinds, it broke down on the first incline, and they had to come get us, and we had to walk back down. That was
man.
not the same trip, though, not even close to the same trip. But
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a ride that they had to shut down here recently because it was it broke, and it was like someone was just filming it, and it was like, look at that. It's
See,
just moving.
That's Fury 325, dude. That was the really big one at Carowinds. But yeah.
just this conversation makes it sound like Carowinds is not safe. That's not true. There was a time in my life where I went all the time.
Yeah, these three instances have taken place over the course of like 25 years.
Yeah, I rode.
Let's get it right. It's
I've ridden-
affordable. It's
I've
affordable.
ridden all those I've ridden those rides dozens and dozens and
Yeah.
dozens and dozens of times.
Yeah, we're going to get sued in this episode, but it's
Let
not
'em.
going to be for who we said it was. Anyway.
Hey, Carowinds doesn't have that Paramount money no more, right?
No.
I remember before they had the Paramount money, way back when we were kids.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Anyway.
So what about another situation? Somebody had mentioned, I don't remember when you said it, but what's the perfect song for when you're trying to get out of a speeding ticket?
No, dude. The perfect song for trying to get out of a speeding ticket is I Can't Drive 55.
Yeah, that's where your brain went.
What was yours?
My brain went with, I shot the sheriff. And it also went with, fuck the police coming straight.
Yeah.
for
I'm going
trying
to jail.
get out of a ticket.
I'm going to jail. You're going to be fine. What are your songs?
Jesus, take the wheel.
Have you heard I Can't Drive 55? He ends up in jail at the end of the
Oh, he
song.
does? That's a Sammy Hagar song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, screw him.
Back to the beard.
Rude. My
I've
God.
heard the song, never paid attention to the words. I don't like Hagar. Not at all.
He puts on a hell of a show.
Yes, he does. I'm not saying he's not a good entertainer. I don't like his music.
Yeah, his band is pretty gnarly.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Not the songs, though. Great band. You a Hagar fan?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Are you a Van Hagar fan?
Yeah.
What about you? Not you?
There's a few songs. And it's not necessarily because of Hagar or not because.
And it's not fair to call it Van Hagar because it was never about David Lee Roth or
That's the point.
yeah.
Bro, I was just trying to be clever. I was just trying to put 'em
Start the
together.
timer.
Dang.
Hey man, it's been a day. I'm just spitting facts. I don't like Hagar.
Fair enough.
Who else
guess.
can I bitch about? Give me another topic.
Oh, Oh man, people not showing up to the podcast.
It's breaking news. We don't have the guest we were going to have. So, it happens.
And there's also
It's not the first time. It won't be the last.
And right about here is where we're going to cut to some footage of what I was supposed to be filming today. Oh, nope, didn't get to do that either.
Yeah, we ain't got no footage.
So we'll get to some of that at some other point, I hope.
Yeah.
It's
Podcasting is hard. And it's a bit of a struggle. And you guys are watching us work through it in real time because we literally had nothing else prepared because we had a couple other things that were supposed to happen today.
Down in the comments, real professionals would have a few weeks in the bag stacked up with questions and things to talk about. Yeah, well, you know what?
I wasn't even going to go there, Floaty. Dang.
I'm trying to piss the world off. Dre sent me to piss the world off. Bangarang. Another situation after my experience last night. What's the perfect song for waiting for your food in the drive-thru when you're waiting way too long?
There you go.
You're waiting like 20 minutes for like some nuggets.
So at what point in the does the music start when you actually finally get your food and you find out that it's
That's not
cold
the way
and stale?
I thought about it, but now that you said that, I could probably think of a couple, but mine was just like in the interim, in that 20-minute wait.
Oh, yeah, during the montage of you waiting for 20 minutes, what song is playing?
You're thinking in your head, what could be taking so long? And there, your brain's like, the guy in the back is like, oh, I dropped the burger, I got to start over. Or like, oh, lost power. But mine was like, anytime I'm sitting in a car stop somewhere for an extended period of time, the song Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. comes into mind because of the music video. and my other thought was...
I'm not sure that it fits, but I'll take it. I like it.
I mean, you could be like, I'm hungry. But the other one was Feed My Frankenstein by Alice Cooper.
Nice.
What's your waiting on a Jamocha shake in the Arby's?
I actually had a good one, and you saying that last one made me forget it.
Damn it, Floaty.
Yeah, I had a good one. I'm trying to bring it back. J-Dubs, what you got, bud?
He's like, I don't wait, I just drive off.
He's got nothing. Yeah.
Where did you go?
I got it now. Time is on my side. Yes,
No,
it is. Yeah.
So, Dubs, you got any current affairs you want to talk about? Some clips you've seen online and things you want to talk about? Bands, music? I know you got something.
I don't know. Let's ask the guest. No, they got nothing. No.
Well, I'm out of situations for songs. You got a drunk podcasting at least? Son of a bitch.
Ready Set Radio Show is looking for a producer.
No. Again? We just found the guy.
I only say that because I just edited last week's episode earlier, and we said that we made a bunch of jokes about that.
Yeah, that's another interesting fact about our show. After we record, when we record each week, it's immediately following the completion of editing last week's episode.
Yeah. Immediately.
Yep.
And I actually, out of all the systems that we've had in place for getting our episodes done and out there, I like this one the most, I think.
It's consistent. It's good.
Yeah.
Today was really good. It was really fun to be here earlier than I normally am.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Why I'm here earlier?
Yeah.
Well, didn't I say it last week?
Did you?
Didn't I?
Nope.
I didn't?
Nope.
Yeah, so I stepped away from my Sunday morning job. No, it's not because I don't like the job. Love the job.
Yeah.
Love it. There's a certain person, let's say, that I work with that is consistently disrespectful and dismissive of me. And I got tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not going to say your name, guy, but fuck you.
Yeah, guy.
Take this job and shove it, dude.
It's not even that attitude. It really was like, I don't need.
Yeah, it's not the job. It's just the guy.
Yeah, and like, I love the job.
But when the pain in the ass of dealing with the guy overrules how much you like the job,
And if it was a once
You
in a
gotta
while,
step away.
if it was a once in a while thing, dude, that's part of that job that I
Yeah.
have, is to deal with people that have that attitude occasionally.
yeah, but nobody can put baby in a corner every week and
week.
expect to walk away unscathed.
So I now have my Sunday mornings free for this foreseeable future. I have heard that there are talks of trying to fix the situation and reverse my decision. I'm not opposed to it because, like, I love that job.
Yeah, but you're also not holding your breath.
No, it's not like I don't have anything else to do on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, I have this podcast to do every single Sunday, and sometimes it really sucks to get up at 7 something and maybe be there by like 9. Do that, rush home. We each throw down a taco
Of righteous conversation.
And then we sit down here and do this podcast. I don't stop working until usually 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock on a Sunday, and that's supposed to be my day to relax.
Yeah. J-Dubs, you're awful quiet over there.
He's looking at
Are you
Trying to find a topic.
Are you stewing in it or what? Okay,
We're
all
good.
right.
I'm still-
Well, I was just checking in, bro. I want to make sure you're good.
I still got the ball, too.
And we'll be right back.
No, I still got the ball. I still got the ball. So I just decided that I don't need it in my life, the stress of that particular situation with that one person.
Yeah.
And it's true what they say, like one bad apple can spoil the bunch or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's what happened. And everyone else that I'm not going to use the word rely on me, but everybody else that I was working for no longer gets the services that I was providing that they all seem to like because of one person. And that's just the way it is sometimes. And I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not, after a week now, I'm no longer frustrated. And I didn't go this week, and I don't have the normal underlining of stress of today. It came from all of our plans getting messed up.
So today was quite the thing, dude.
Yeah, so next week I'm hoping to come in here with a nice, fresh, happy floaty stance. And
without a whole bunch of BS to deal with,
Right.
and then also without a whole bunch of other BS to deal with.
Yeah. And like we love doing this
There's
podcast.
2 scoops,
and
dude.
like
2 scoops of BS on the plate today.
we love doing this show for you guys. And today we were trying to do a little bit extra special, and it fell through, and that's why it's disappointing because we were going to have a little bit of new thing.
Yeah, the extra special was going to be cool on its own, but then on top of that, the guests didn't make it. That was, it's we're doing our best here. And podcasting is hard.
We don't do what I would call a ton of prep, but we do prep for our shows. And when it comes to the time to do it, and it's not how. It's not as what we planned on. That's kind of hard. And like, it's not that we'd have a problem having a conversation, but we had our conversation for 3 or 4 hours waiting on our guest.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a little difficult. But like, this is still fun. I had a blast, except for J-Dubs over there not communicating. Did you find anything?
The only thing I found, going back to what we were talking about, Beyonce and winning the
Country Grammy.
Yeah. Apparently, her ticket sales are dwindling. Right now, you can go see Cowboy Carter live for only $35 a ticket.
Where?
Well, wherever I guess you can get in because no one's liking it.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but everybody's ticket sales are dwindling.
Yeah, no one's got any money.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And
I'm seeing it.
And it doesn't look like anybody's going to have any money anytime soon.
Yeah.
So,
But
it's going to be interesting to watch.
yeah, I mean, it really also has been kind of over the last last decade, I'd say, dialing into just like a few major artists being able to sell those expensive
And
tickets.
it's only the biggest ones, and everybody else is suffering, dude.
And this year you've got some of the big bands that this year you've got Oasis, which they haven't played in 15 years. So like people are spending big money on those tickets and aren't going to go to like other things because of it.
Well, it's such a big gamble because you never know. The brothers could get in another fight and be like,
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, there's legs of the tour that
I've seen enough Shameless to know you can't trust a Gallagher, dude.
I won't stand for you saying unkind things about the Gallagher brothers.
I love Oasis.
I love Oasis.
Love the band.
But I know that at least the UK dates, they aren't getting paid until after them. I don't know about the U.S. dates, but they aren't getting paid until after. But they each stand to make $50 million. $50 million off of one tour.
Here we are all these years later, and who would have thunk it that Lars Ulrich would be right about Napster and it's screwing up the media and music because if you think about it, that's the way I feel. Since no one buys CDs anymore because they're obsolete, they've lost all that revenue. Well, I feel that's why the ticket sales are a lot higher now is because they're trying to make up for that revenue that is lost in print.
I mean, you're absolutely right, but we are slowly getting to the point where there's no need for record labels. And there's plenty of artists that are out there doing it.
Oh, we're already there, dude.
Yeah.
They've still
They're
built some power, but they're on their
obsolete,
way
but
out.
they still
for
exist,
sure.
but they're on their way out they're going to be extinct.
With the way digital media is, dude, it doesn't work the same because in 1970, there was maybe 10,000 songs made in total.
Not only that, there was only 3 channels to listen to and watch on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But in 2000
that's in your region too.
But in 2024, 2025, there's 10,000 songs being put out a day.
A minute.
You know, like there's no way that anybody could like,
And-
you want to find something you like, you've really got to go out there and do searching, dude. You can't just, and
What do you think?
It's crazy, man.
What do you think the process now to sign a band? How do you think that goes?
signing a band is dead, dude.
Yeah, there is-
Signing a band is dead completely.
For the most part, artists are getting distribution deals based off of the numbers they generate on their own social medias. A lot of artists are getting picked up because they have big numbers on TikTok and Instagram.
And what they're
YouTube.
finding out is even though these artists have those big influencer numbers, they can't sell tickets to save their lives.
Right, because it's the same reason people like them is the same reason they don't like the shows. People like their entertainment in 60-second to 90-second increments.
Yeah.
And they don't
And for free.
They don't and for free. They don't have the attention span to sit for an hour and a half concert.
Or the money to buy the ticket to get there.
Yep.
So
There's so many
yeah.
factors. I think everything we've said is probably a piece of it.
Yeah.
It's just it's kind of cool to be in the middle of like what I consider the death of the music industry as we knew it.
Yeah.
For the entire as long as it's been. It's going to be totally different. We're in the middle of it right now.
You guys, let us know what you think in the comments, please. This is a hot topic.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I think we said it like 2 or 3 times this time. It's good.
Nice.
episode.
Nice.
We're getting better, guys.
Bell on us more. Put us on the spot, why don't you?
You had to bring it back up.
Yeah.
But it's fun, man.
I'm planning on a couple of concerts in September if I can not only afford but get in line and get tickets for them.
All in September?
Yeah, I know. I know. but
Is that just how it worked out?
all right, so Bayside's doing 25 years of
Yeah.
Eras tour, and they're doing 2 nights everywhere they go. And the first 2 nights is like the early part of their career. The second night's this latter half of their career. And then also Sleep Token's coming to town in September also. And
If you don't have tickets, good luck. They're already sold out.
of course they are.
Yeah, it's
course
all
they
yeah.
are.
That's a done deal, bro.
I can still get tickets. They're sold out because they want to sell them for $600, and I might be willing. I might.
Where you going to get that? You just quit your Sunday job, dude.
I figured I'd pray about it. I ain't firing no
Dang,
shots.
dude.
I don't want no smoke from God.
That's funny you say that. I want no smoke from God because that's exactly smoke. You're done, dude. That's
That's all you are
smoke.
now.
There's your song reference. Let's play that game.
Well, I didn't get the song reference out of that.
Dust in the wind?
Dust in a baggie?
Game over.
Yeah, dude.
Good win.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but we just played another round without noticing. What's the perfect song for getting smited by God, dude?
Oh, man.
Dust in the wind, dust in a baggie, dude. Come on now, those are perfect.
Lightning crashes.
No, that's not the song for ending it. That's the song for beginning it.
You do know a person was hit by lightning during that song during a live concert.
Serves them fucking right. I'm sorry, person that got struck by
Yo,
lightning.
dude, the last 30 seconds of this show has gone way off the rails.
Who are you and what did you do with Floaty?
I lost him at the bottom of that last cup of coffee. Hey, man. In the last 7 days, Floaty's been pissed off a few times.
Yeah.
And he doesn't normally get pissed off. And it affects him physically and emotionally.
Yeah, you are.
What song did you listen
First
to?
of all, time out. I can't even be mad at that. That was a great ass, dude. That was
Body
a great
Bag
ass.
by I Prevail.
I'm sorry, Beard.
shout
What was
out.
that?
No, I was just gonna get real for a moment. I love you, dog. You're my homie.
Yes, sir.
And for as long as I've known you, I don't know that I could ever say that I've seen you at what I would call full on angry.
Like rage?
No, not rage. Like I think maybe our definitions of angry might be a little different, but based on what I call angry, I don't think I've ever seen you like angry.
Takes a lot.
Yeah.
Takes a bunch.
And it's been like 17 years, dude.
Have you seen him hangry?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it's
What's
been
the difference?
pissy.
Yeah, like when he's
hangry's always
hangry, he's pissy, sassy, is like, you know, but like that's not
Oh,
angry.
I'm sassy?
Yeah.
Aww.
But like it's not the same thing as angry, and I don't think that I've ever seen you full on like angry.
Yeah, there was a distinct
Peeved,
shift.
maybe.
There was a distinct shift in my life. Like I grew up Catholic school as a poor kid and picked on and made fun of, and until into high school, in middle of high school probably, and there was a shift. But I used to be very angry. I used to be very quick to violence. I used to get in a lot of fights. I used to instigate and win tons and tons of fights over little stuff, things that today wouldn't even bother me at all.
Right.
And I've always attributed it to meeting Julie, and like there was this real thing that I thought of meeting her and how she treated people in general.
Yeah.
And how happy she was.
Right.
And I was like, maybe if I stop being an a-hole all the time, thinking that everyone's always out to get me, and just treat everybody like I'm pissed at them anyway because that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Maybe I should just try relaxing a little bit. You know what I mean? And like just calming down and like not jumping to the worst case scenario in my head off of every interaction, every meeting of someone.
Yeah.
And it was a long, long process, but there was a distinct moment where it happened, and it was kind of just seeing her and like how she treated everyone she met, strangers, me.
She's a bubbly, outgoing person.
Yep. And she genuinely cares about everyone.
Yeah.
Like genuinely thinks that everyone deserves compassion and care and love and support. And
Absolutely.
whatever they need. And,
We love you, Julie.
Yeah, for sure. And she knows I love her.
Damn.
Did you forget where we were?
Yeah. So then, but yeah, so I used to be a very violent person, and not only did I not avoid violence, I suck it out. I suck it out? Sought it out.
Wow.
It's too much hot coffee for Floaty.
This is
Sought it out.
done.
But now it's more of a, there's always a way to, well, not always, but in most situations, like, it's a misunderstanding most of the time when people get mad at each other most of the time, or miscommunication, or something lost in translation. But like getting angry doesn't solve the problem. You know what I mean? It's like a rocking chair gives you something to do but doesn't get you anywhere. So I learned to try to talk things out, even if it was just in my head sometimes.
Right.
Of what a situation really was and what the appropriate response to it was, and it kind of resulted in this pacifist dude. Like I don't see a lot of immediate need for violence and aggression in most scenarios anymore.
Yeah, no.
But there was a time where I was very guarded and very quick to jump.
I mean, unless it's your job, I don't think that if you find violence in your day-to-day life at all, and it's not your job, then it's you.
You're doing it
You're
wrong.
the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that. And with the experiences that I have when it comes to violence, I abhor it, dude. It's not something I want to have anything to do with, because nothing in the world is that serious.
Yep.
And because if it gets that serious, it becomes a whole different set of
It's the
how I look at it. You
that
know, like
act is the only thing that's that serious. And like you're saying, there's no reason to get to that point.
exactly. And and I see it that way. And as much as I believe that, and as much as I live my life that way, I have a real problem with anger.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do really well at managing it.
You do.
I don't think.
And not only that, you've gotten better since I've known you.
I appreciate that. I really do. Because it's been a long road. The 17 years I've known you have been hard that way.
I've seen some hard stuff.
But I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. Because like, like I'm good at managing it, but like it's always right there under the surface, and like, and I want to say that it doesn't take. No, I said that wrong. What I want to say is that it takes a lot to get me there, but I don't think that's the complete truth. It takes a lot to get me there unless it's through a couple of specific avenues. And if you just so happen to take one of those specific avenues, I'll get there a lot quicker.
Well, I mean, I've seen in you that you can be brought to that point, but still not react to that point.
Well, yeah, because I really believe that your emotions can't dictate action or behavior.
Correct.
Because as soon as you do that, you lose any legitimacy in your stance or argument about it.
Right.
And I believe that. So like I abhor violence at this point anyway. So like there's no point.
There's no point.
You know, but also you're gonna know how I feel and why I feel that way. And how I feel doesn't have anything to do with anything other than your actions and how they've affected me. Yep. So like it's in like I'm quick to anger sometimes, but I've always got good reason and I don't act on it. So like, yeah, I'm angry, but you're gonna fucking know about it because you did wrong.
And just because I actively avoid violence at all costs, even if it involves looking like a coward and running away from a situation, that does not mean that I can't be violent.
Yeah, but I truly believe that about all humans, though, because it's in us, dude. It's in all of us. That's why we are the way we are.
There's definitely a level of dog and don't quit in me.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been off the leash in a long time.
Yeah,
on someone, you know.
Yeah,
and I'd like for it to stay that way.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
So keep your shit straight, J-Dubs. You hear me?
No. No.
I was waiting for a button. I thought he was going to do
it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I said keep your shit wired tight at all times.
Oh, it stays tight. Don't worry.
That's not.
I don't know what he's talking about. The breaking news.
Scratch and crickets.
All right, so thanks for paying attention to this weird episode of the Ready Set Radio Morning Show.
I don't have anything to say other than that.
So this is weird. This is what you get when we're unprepared. But
we tried real hard.
We were prepared.
Everything fell through.
Yeah, we were prepared.
We were prepared.
Just not for this. So tune in again in 7 days as we bring you more and more joyous occasions from the Ready Set Radio Morning Show. J-Dubs, take us out of here.
Good morning, everybody.
Glorious.
I have no music.
Makes me sick.
God has taken my bird and my bush.
I have no bird. I have no bush.